Rahmani. We also have a criminal defense attorney, Lara Yeretzian, with us. I'm not sure if our connection is established. Okay, nice to see you both. Thank you so much for being with us. Mr. Rahmani, I want to start with you. Obviously, the prosecution began by asking for 30 years. 22.5. I was wondering how they would feel if they would consider it a success that they achieved a sentence of 22.5 years. What is your take listening to Attorney General Ellison just now?
Joy, today is an important day in American history, and no question this was a success. I mean, it's so incredibly rare for police officers to be held accountable in this country. They're rarely charged, much less charged with second-degree murder, and much less convicted of second-degree murder. And this type of sentence, 22.5 years, is really unprecedented. So I agree with Attorney General Keith Ellison, who actually had the courage to bring this case and bring second-degree murder charges, which many didn't. I mean, such a powerful day of testimony. You know, I was here with my colleagues watching just like you were. Everyone all over the world was watching today on court TV, and there wasn't a dry eye when Gianna Floyd testified, and George Floyd's brothers and his nephew, and even when Judge Peter Cahill handed down his sentence. And I agree with you and Julia that he really focused on those two primary aggravating factors, those Blakely factors, which were abuse of trust. That Derek Chauvin was put in a position where everyone from children to adults, they trust police officers, and they're given this incredible power to use force. And what he did was really torture. And that was a theme that we heard throughout today, both by the victims, by Matthew Frank, the prosecutor was arguing for the state in sentencing, and Attorney General Keith Ellison, that George Floyd was tortured for more than 9 minutes. And that goes into the cruelty as well. So I think those were the two primary factors that both the state and the judge hung their hat on, and that's why that sentence was appropriate. And I think this was a win for justice today.
Mr. Rahmani, I want to stop you for a moment because we're getting information that Al Sharpton is joining Floyd family attorney Benjamin Crump at the podium, and they're preparing to make remarks. Of course, Mr. Crump has been very vocal in advocating not only for the Floyd family. Let's go ahead and listen.
We are going to hear